Wait, wait. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a little simple training screen shooting for the Portuguese OCR transcription. And as you may see, this is the screenshot, or how to say that one, the label platform for today's task. So the task is for Portuguese OCR. The label boxes or the frames that you can see in the current pictures is actually already the images from other team. So I'm gonna just use this one as an example to explain the attributes as well as the project requirements for the transcription. Okay, so before we get started, let's take a look at this whole picture. The OCR project is meant to label the texts or the words that can be seen or shown on a certain images. You may see that this is a bottle package image for with Portuguese on it, right? So our job is to have two processes of doing this OCR. The first one is labeling, but please be aware that today we only do the second part. The label frame, I will assign other team to label the picture first. And when we get our formal task, we have already, like this one, we have already had frame. But the only thing is that we have to do transcription for each frame, which means we have to look at the frame and then transcribe the letters that you see in this frame, especially or particularly when it's in Portuguese. And when there is no Portuguese, maybe it's English or maybe it's number, we should change and switch its attributes into the correct ones. Okay. As you may see in this picture, each label have a different tribute name. As you may see here, I got this video in Chinese, but when you assign in your backstage, you can just translate into English. So I'm just using as an example. Okay. So for this one, when this is a target language label, which is given the Portuguese horizon attributes, it means it needs to be transcribed. So when I look at here, cover my click mouse right here, you can see the text over here, FECHO, FACL, CIL. And when I cover it and click the red button on it, I can choose which attributes to give to this frame and then transcribe my text over here. And for this lower boundary here, you may see right here, do not just move it and do not change because this is the text or the number that the label team should do it for us. We only focus on on two parts. First, give the correct attributes. Second, if this attributes need transcription, we just transcribe the text over here on the second column, and then we click this one, the green button, which means qualified, and we just submit this one. After you've done the transcription of each images, just be careful. Always click here, this green button on the right column to save your transcripted text. If you don't save it and you skip to the next one, your whole text result will be failed, will be gone. Okay. So this is like an overall introduction. So next I'm gonna just introduce the attributes on this project. Okay. I prepare text over here. As you may see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 particularly attributes on this Portuguese OCR projects. The four above attributes is our targeted attributes, which all needs to be transcribed. The first one, Portuguese horizontal, Portuguese vertical, smear horizontal, smear vertical. As you may see here, for these two smear attributes, and I have a here supplement here. It means it have to be Portuguese. That means these four attributes must give to the letters or the text that is Portuguese, or at least in this one line, at least have one Portuguese word. Otherwise, you have to choose this these six other attributes here. Now I'm gonna use with the help of our requirements to explain how to define these different attributes, and then along with showing you the simple pictures that already uh, got for you. Okay. Because the time is so tight and limited, I just translate the requirements on Google Translation. So there is some misunderstanding. And the English words here is just given an example from German OCR. So here, if there are some languages, we just use it and as Portuguese is fine. Okay, for example, our target language is Portuguese, right? That means Portuguese requires transcription and it considered as valid box or frame, which is here. This for these four attributes of frame considered as valid frame, which these four attributes all need transcription. And the specific question, the one thing is that you may see here, what's the meaning of horizontal and vertical? It depends on the reading direction. For example, here, you may see here, this word apple. You just, the letter is from left to right. So its reading direction is horizontal. So if this is a Portuguese, it will be given the Portuguese horizon attributes and needs transcription. And here, you may say, if I just tap apple here and here, and its reading direction is from the top to the bottom, which is, what? In a vertical direction, it should be Portuguese vertical. So Portuguese means if the text is the target language, and horizontal and vertical means the direction of this line. So based on these two, choose the correct attributes and do what? And do transcription. So let's see the here. This one is Portuguese, right? And its reading direction is from left to right. So it have to be what? It have to be Portuguese horizon and what needs transcription, as you may see here. You got transcription here. And always remember when you transcribe a sentence, always what? Just transcribe what you see in it. That means if there's some special symbols appeared in this frame, you also need to transcribe it. For example, like this one here, or maybe there's plus sign, or maybe a slash, or it's a comma, or there is a period, and all this like percentage and the currency symbols. All this needs to be transcribed, not only the words. Even though this one frame consists or contains all these different symbols or special symbols, if it's in a label frame, we also need to transcribe it. Okay. Okay. And then let's see the next one. When I see this one, Portuguese horizontal and vertical, and we all got to understand about it. So how about smear horizontal and vertical? First of all, these two attributes also have to given to the Portuguese words. But what's the meaning of smear? This one is a condition of three conditions, which means if this frame or one or valid box have these three following conditions, the attributes considered as smear horizontal or smear vertical. Which three conditions? The first one is to what? Reflection. Reflection. Second one, cutoff. Sorry. And the third one is truncation. Okay. Which means what? For example, um, if this is glass, okay, this is glass, you can some light reflection on this bottle, and you can not see the whole line of the word. First, these attributes should be considered as smear because it's got reflection on it. And because the reflection may cover some of the letters here, and you cannot see the whole words, the letter that were covered have to be translated by ERR. Like this one. Please remember this ERR have to be like the whole this one. And you cannot say ERR or ERR. Sorry. These two is incorrect. This two is incorrect. And always remember here, you have to consider here, if it's only ERR, also wrong. So if this word, for example, this word, Sistema antipingos is a smear vertical. It's a smear vertical. And it was affected by the reflection. You cannot see the letter MA here. It should be translated like what? I will just give you an example, like Sistema. Sorry, I don't know if I just say the word Sistema. You cannot see MA, right? So it's here, ERR. And then here is a space here, and ANTI, sorry, NTIPIN, and GOS if it's also covered, and also use what? ERR to represent the letters that covered that you cannot see clearly. And always remember just to transcribe the words what you see and just transcribe it here. If it's in capital letter, transcribe as capital letters. If it's in lowercase letter, just transcribe it as lowercase letter, okay? And then look at here. You can see there is an O and there is number 2, and O need to be transcribed. And don't forget the comma or the period at the end of the sentence, okay? After you finish this one, okay, after you finish all the transcription and the attributes choosing for one picture, click Save, and then it skip to the next one. Every bag has 5 different images. When you just submit one, this one will become a green button, and you will just start the second picture. Okay, I just found this one here. As you can see, this line. This line is the second condition of smear attributes, which means what? Cut off. That means the first half of this line was cut off because it's not showing completely in this picture. So it's what? It should first give smear horizontal attributes, and you can see here ERR, and then you can see ST here, and then start from STCO, and then go ahead to the end of the line. Actually, this one is not correct for after letter O at the end of the sentence. It's still a letter you can see here. So you should also add another ERR here, which means the letter after letter O is cut up, so it's need ER here. And then you click qualified, and then this frame turns green, and then you click this one and skip to the next one. You can see here already to the picture number 2. And after you finish the transcription for every 5 pictures, you can here see a red button like a stamp here. Click stamp, and then click the submission button, and this bag will be finished. And then you can go back to the task page and to get a new bag to continue your test transcription. Okay, so as you may see here, this one like this one also just what transcript is. And when you see there are some special letters like Portuguese letters, later I will share you this text, and you can see I prepare some Portuguese letters for you. So if there are some letters that's really hard to transcribe, just directly copy this letter into your test transcription is fine. Okay, and then let's go to the last 6 attributes that do not need transcription. Or in one picture, we may need not only transcribe the Portuguese, but there are also other frames that need to be given the correct frame attributes, right? So there is horizontal and vertical. Remember this one, horizontal and vertical only given to English words or numbers or other symbols. Okay, if this line had just one Portuguese words and English words and other languages, even there's only one Portuguese word, it considered to be what? Portuguese horizon or smear horizon. If there's no Portuguese at all, it's just English or just numbers, we just give it to horizontal and vertical, which will be judged by its reading direction. And which one should be given to not care? If this frame is too to identify the letter or the language, we just give to not care attributes. And if the language is not the target language, which is not Portuguese or English, it's like the German word, Spanish word, Italian word, it will be given other language attributes. And the formula, this attribute is really seldom to see this one. So it's just like you having a chemical formula here, you choose formula. And here is apostrophe. Apostrophe it means you sign a line with apostrophe like this one, and you need to give this one apostrophe attributes. Okay, so this is all the 10 attributes, and 4 of them are the type language attributes that we need to give text transcription. Okay, and after you've done this one, just do not forget to set